So I saw this a couple of days ago. This story, which was largely ignored, strangely enough. It was in the Scottish Herald. Scottish Labour candidate facing questions over links to secret military propaganda unit. Really? Okay, her name is Kate Jones, I think her name is. It Kate something? Or that's her anyway. This is the Labour MP. So I want to get to this. I'm going to read this article. It won't take long. So, the article says this: a Scottish Labour candidate and former Better Together boss has been called on to explain her links to a military propaganda unit within the British Army. Kate Watson is believed to be part of the Berkshire-based 77th Brigade, which was described by one newspaper as a, quote, special force of Facebook warriors. Special force of Facebook warriors? That sounds very much like a bot to me, don't you? She declined to comment. But David Miller, a professor of political sociology at Bristol University, said the 77th Brigade is involved in manipulation of the media, including using fake online profiles. Glasgow East is traditional Labour territory. A Labour candidate seeking to represent it should be transparent about their affiliations and commitments. You're damn right she should. And David Miller, by the way, is brilliant. I'll be talking more about him in the coming weeks and months, no doubt, because he's one of the academics that I believe we should be, and the media should be hoisting up, and the people that the media should be listening to, and are not. They're smearing them and slandering them and lying about them. I'll continue this with this article anyway. It continues. Formed in 2015. The 77th Brigade specialises in non-lethal warfare in the age of 24/7 rolling news and social media platforms, with Vladimir Putin's Russia being accused of exploiting the openness of Western democracies, pumping out conspiracy theories on the state-owned TV stations. When he says conspiracy theories here, what they mean is truths and facts, because that's basically what this Russian propaganda is. Truth dispelling British propaganda. That's what I've found in my experience for the most part anyway. Continues, in a November article, Wired magazine reported that the brigade soldiers do not fight, but instead, quote, edit videos, record podcasts and write viral posts. You're starting to see what this is, don't you? You're starting to see what it is. Given access to the unit, the magazine said of the office, quote, there was a suite full of large electronic sketchpads and multi-screen desktops loaded with digital editing software. I've seen these sort of things in TV and Hollywood. I think it was Homeland I saw it in. If I've got the clip, I'll put it in here when I drop this video. But there were banks of, screens, and each person was allocated fake accounts, and they were there to spread information or spread pro whatever candidate or anti whatever candidate they were. They were basically bots. They were basically people controlling bots, people controlling fake profiles on Facebook and Twitter. I know all about it. I used to do it as an internet marketer. I'll continue with this. The men and women of the 77th knew how to set up cameras, record sound, edit videos, plucked from across the military. They were proficient in graphic design, social media advertising, and data analytics. Quote, some may have taken the Army's course in defence media operations. Almost half were reservists from Civvy Street with full-time jobs in marketing or consumer research. What does this sound to you like, guys? What does this operation sound to you like, eh? Integrity Initiative. It continues. According to the Army's website, the brigade is a combined, quote, regular and Army Reserve unit which aims to challenge the difficulties of modern warfare through non-lethal engagement and legitimate non-military levers. In other words, spreading bullshit on social media. It continues. Using marketing jargon, the Army says that the 77th conducts, quote, audience, actor and adversary analysis, as well as supporting counter-adversarial information activity. In other words, saying, that came from Russia, that truth did. It's fake news. It's false. It's propaganda. Yeah, bad. That's what these people are doing. And now they're running for... Now they're running to be MP and politicians. In a nod to its social media purpose, the website adds that the 77th Brigade collects, creates and disseminates digital and wider media content in support of designated tasks. Journalists, social media experts and researchers are listed as potential recruits. Potential recruits. I wonder if they're recruits for a cluster. I wonder if they're recruiting for some sort of cluster. Integrity Initiative. As Director of Operations at Better Together, Watson played a key day-to-day role in an organisation set up to keep Scotland in the United Kingdom. Really? And when was it set up? 2015, it said, didn't it? 2015. Integrity Initiative, that was set up in 2015 as well. What was happening in 2015? Let me think. Scottish referendum? It continues. After the referendum, she got a job working for Consecutor, a consultancy owned by former Labour Shadow Foreign Secretary Douglas Alexander. According to the Courier newspaper, she also graduated with postgraduate qualification in terrorism studies in 2013. So she's got a postgrad qualification in terrorism studies, and she's come from the Army's 77th Bot Farm. Sounds like a perfect MP to me. What do you think? Jesus Christ, this is Orwellian. She also has political ambitions, having stood for Labour in Glasgow East at the last general election and losing by 75 votes. She has since been selected to contest the same seat. So she lost last time by 75 votes. Great. Wonderful. An online left-wing magazine, in a write-up of the fiercely contested Labour selection contest, claimed in June last year that she is part of the 77th Brigade, which Miller told this newspaper is a, quote, secretive military propaganda unit. Another politician linked to the unit is Tory Junior Defence Minister Mark Lancaster. The MP's website states he has been selected as Deputy Commander 77 Brigade. So it's not just Labour politicians here, for all of those who are going, it's Scottish Labour. It's not. This is the Ministry of Defence trying to put people in to places of power within the political sphere. That's what this is. They're doing it in America. The Democrats have done it in America in the midterms. That's exactly what they're doing. It's unbelievable. This is absolutely unbelievable. The article continues. I say it's unbelievable. It's pretty much par for the course recently, isn't it? Speaking about the brigade in Parliament last week, Lancaster said, quote, we have focused on just one aspect of the role of the 77th Brigade, which is web ops. But it also encompasses some of the traditional capabilities we also have, be that what we would know as civic military cooperation, the outreach group or media group. Again, this sounds very similar to the Integrity Initiative and how they go out and, find people to add into their clusters. It sounds very similar to it, but that's what... It certainly looks like this is the format that they're taking anyway. By bringing all those components together, it says, you are effectively updating what was a 20th century capability for the 21st century and the introduction of the web and the internet. There is no doubt that the information advantage is very much a key component of all the work that we will be doing in the future. I will give one example of the interest to us politicians where recently I went on an exercise. Traditionally, military exercises tend to escalate upwards. But actually the key component there to allow de-escalation, which politicians are always interested in, was the use of information advantage and the web. Between February 2017 and 2018, 29 personnel from 77th Brigade were forward deployed on operations, according to a written parliamentary answer. Meanwhile, it was reported in December that a security alert had been issued at UK's military bases in Britain after a Russian TV crew was seen outside the 77th Brigade's headquarters. A journalist was spotted filming, you may remember that, I'll talk about it in a second, and the MOD said the journalist's suspicious behaviour was monitored by the base's systems. This was it. You remember it. Russian TV crew sparked military alert with suspicious behaviour at the UK barracks. Right. Question. First of all, bit of a hypocritical, isn't it? Government complaining about Russian bots and Bernie memes, you know, messing about with the 2016 election, which it didn't, and messing about with the Brexit referendum, which it didn't. You've got some nerve, haven't you? When you've got your own troll farm, it's what looks like your troll farm itself, because let's face it, why else were the Russian TV crew so interested last year in that 77th when all this stuff about the Integrity Initiative was come to light? You know? Why aren't our journalists sniffing around lists like beagles? It's because they're all bought and paid for. You know, is this one of our Integrity Initiative troll farms up at this 77th Brigade? Honestly, I'm asking the question. Because that's what it, you know, if it walks like a duck and talk like a duck and all that, it will be interesting to see how this Kate Watson explains her links to this shady outfit. And also whether the MOD have to make another statement on them not getting involved in politics. Because they're certainly ramping things up at the minute, and they're certainly getting desperate. I mean, you know, I didn't even get a chance to cover this last week because I had to shoot down to London. But, you know, you've got the MOD using pictures of Corbyn as target practice. And then the same day that comes out, you've got conservative politicians and people on Twitter all of a sudden screaming that this guy is a Marxist, all of them in unison. It seems to me like they're scared, don't you? It seems to me like with everything that's going on at the moment, with all this and the way the news are just, you know, propagandists and so fake and so obviously fake now, and so easily spottable to people that they are fake. Nobody's got trust in the media at all, especially the BBC. With all this going on, and now candidates for politicians are now connected to troll farms, MOD troll farms. They're getting desperate. I think they're scared of a left-wing socialist government. By the way, that Kate Watson there at the bottom, you'd just be able to point out, you probably can't see it, it says, Kate Watson is on the far right. Yeah. Apparently in more ways than one, after reading that story. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you're still subscribed and click the bell below for a notification of when I drop further videos. Also, click through to my website to find out ways which you can support me. I can't do this without your support, and I really appreciate it. Till next time, peace and take care.